In this explainer, we're going to break down the absolutely critical link between solid requirements engineering and high-quality code, especially now, in the age of AI-assisted vibe coding. So this right here, this is the core idea we're going to build on. It's a really simple but powerful concept. When you're working with AI, the quality of what you get out is a direct mirror of the quality of what you put in. First things first, let's talk about this term vibe coding. You hear it a lot, but it's often misunderstood. So it's super important we get on the same page about what it is, and maybe more importantly, what it is not. And this slide just nails the shift in thinking. On the left, you've got the common mistake, thinking it's about being quick and dirty, just handing off the work to the AI and hoping for the best. But the real, correct way to think about it is on the right. It's a partnership. Your job isn't just to code anymore. It's to strategically steer the AI and then be the ultimate judge of its performance. So what does this all mean? Well, your role fundamentally changes. You become less of a hands-on coder and more of an architect and a quality manager. The AI can generate code like you wouldn't believe, but it can only ever build what you tell it to. Your requirements are the blueprint. All right, so we've covered the why. Now let's get into the how. We're going to look at a really practical framework for structuring these requirements to give the AI the crystal clear instructions it needs to actually do a good job. And listen, this isn't just some academic theory. In a real-world project using this exact method, it generated over 100 detailed individual requirements. That's the kind of granularity you need to guide an AI to build something that's not just functional, but also stable and maintainable. So this is the big picture. We're organizing everything into 5 core buckets. You've got your functional requirements, what the thing actually does. Then your system requirements, the tech stack, the architecture, all that good stuff. Then you get into configuration, design, and finally, user stories, which really capture how a person interacts with the system. Covering all 5 of these is how you eliminate ambiguity. Okay, now inside this framework, we need to get even more precise. There are a couple of key distinctions that are absolutely vital. If you get these right, you make sure that everyone, both the humans on the team and the AI, is speaking the same language. The first major distinction is separating requirements from user stories. Think of it like this. Requirements define the what and how of the system itself, its bones, its structure. User stories, on the other hand, define the why from a human perspective. They bring the user's journey to life. You need both. They work together. And we can drill down even further within those user stories. It's really useful to separate them into passive and active stories. Active stories are what the user can do. Click a button, fill out a form. Passive stories are about what the user simply sees or is shown. One is about action, the other is about observation, and you need to define both for a complete experience. And on top of all that, you can bring in the classic CRUD framework, create, read, update, delete. For every piece of data in your system, you can use this as a mental checklist to make sure you've covered all the bases. It's a simple but powerful way to make sure no data operations are forgotten. Okay, so we've got our structure and our definitions. Now let's zoom out. We're going to talk about 3 strategic principles for actually doing all of this. This is less about the what and more about the how, the mindset you need to make this whole process successful. These 3 principles, honestly, are what will take your process from just good to truly great. Number 1, think big picture. Don't get lost in the weeds of one epic. Define related requirements together to see how they connect. Number 2, establish clarity. You absolutely have to create a shared glossary and naming conventions. It's non-negotiable. And number 3, separate roles. You need a clear line between the thinking, the deciding, and the actual producing. It maintains discipline and prevents chaos. And at the end of the day, it all comes back to this. The incredible speed of AI code generation is only valuable if it's building on a solid foundation. The time you invest up front in making your requirements precise, consistent, and truly well thought out, that is the single biggest factor in your project's success.